I wonder if you already know that every emotion that we can have can be felt or sensed in the body physically. Consider how you feel when you're happy or when you're feeling kind of anxious or even when you're mad. You often recognize what emotion you are feeling because you can physically feel it, such as the mind body connection. So, the great news about this is that when you are able to physically feel an emotion, you can use the power of your beautiful subconscious mind and its imagination to move this feeling, to shift it, to change it in so many interesting ways. So, welcome to this week's edition of Mindful Monday. If it's your first time joining us, feel free to type in the comments where you're coming from if you have any questions or comments. And if it is your first time, if you type the word mindful, I'll come back after the broadcast and put a link that if you follow, you'll get two free gifts. One will be the weekly PDF cheat sheet of the bullet points of what we cover each week, and the other will be a hypnotic audio recording that I created on releasing limiting beliefs. So you'll want to type mindful there for sure. If you have any suggestions on future topics, we love to hear those as well. And we're super excited today because it is our 2-year anniversary of doing Mindful Mondays this week. And we are going to talk about a powerful technique that I absolutely love because it's fast, it's easy, and you can do it pretty much anywhere if you have just a few moments. It is an NLP or neuro linguistic programming technique, which was originally credited to Richard Bandler, who is the co creator of NLP. And it's very useful for anxiety, for fear, for hunger, for discomfort, for cravings, and really so much more. So, this is called the backward spin. So, this technique works by taking an emotion or sensation or even a craving, like I said, and imagining it as as something physical within your body. So, it's finding the felt sense if you're familiar with the term. So, once you recognize this unwanted feeling or sensation, close your eyes if you have a few moments. This isn't a very deep work, it's pretty fast, but obviously, we don't want you driving down the road, closing your eyes. But if you're able to, find something that you would like to shift, close your eyes, and drop down inside. Now, notice where this feeling is located in your body. Now, as you're noticing the feeling, observe or ask yourself, what direction is this feeling or this sensation spinning or moving or rotating in? Is it moving up or is it moving down? Is it spinning clockwise or perhaps counterclockwise? Just trust your first impressions. Maybe it pulsates, maybe you notice something else. Now, once you're aware of all these characteristics, and you can really tap into as many as that are present there because you'll just be able to shift even more, but just noticing what is there, we're going to, with our eyes still closed, kind of imagine pulling that feeling right out of your body and placing it kind of in front of you so that if your eyes were open, you could see it right there in front of you. Okay? Now, here's the really, really cool part. You're going to change the direction of the movement because basically any emotion, sensation, feeling that gets stuck in our body has some kind of movement because it's not getting out of our body, right? So, for instance, if it's moving up, change that direction to down. Well, it's still out there in front of you. If it's rotating counterclockwise, imagine spinning it clockwise. And if it has, a pulsating kind of quality to it, you can imagine kind of freezing it. If it has an unpleasant color, you can change it to your favorite color or dim it down to a black and white. And if it's very big, you can shrink it down to a smaller size. If it's moving very fast, you can slow it down. If there's a sound attached that's kind of unpleasant, you can change that to something soothing or something funny. There's no wrong way to do this. We're just using our imagination. So whatever is present, just shift it to something that is more pleasant while it's still out there in front of you. You can have fun with this. There's no way to do this wrong. It's really a fun technique. You can even think of something that cracks you up that's really funny and add laughter to the movement. Okay? And this can take you a few moments, or it might be as fast as 30 seconds if you're used to doing this kind of work. But once you have that out there in front of you where you kind of want it, you've already shifted it out there in front of you. What we're going to do is we're going to imagine pulling this new sensation back inside, into the body, into that place where you felt the old unpleasant one. But this one now has all these new pleasant characteristics. Okay. Now check back in with yourself where your eyes are still closed and notice what has shifted, what's changed. And of course, feel free to repeat this as many times as you like until you experience the shift that you are looking for. And like I said, this is really, really useful, particularly for anxiety, in my opinion. It's great for fear, for hunger, for cravings, physical sensations, discomfort, anything. And then if you're complete and you're happy where you're at, you can open your eyes and just kind of notice. So I hope this has been useful to you. And again, this is being done in a group and I'm not really seeing you. So if it was one on one, we'd spend a little bit more time. But I think you get the general kind of qualities that you're just shifting them. So you've noticed you drop down inside when you have something that you want to shift. Close your eyes and you notice where that location is in your body. You notice the sensations, the characteristics. Then you pull it out of you. So it's in front of you, like right here in front of you. And then you change those characteristics or sensations or movements into something more pleasant, or it could be the opposite, or it could just be something more pleasant. And once you've kind of played around with that, then you pull it back into that place where you felt the unpleasant in the past. But now you have these shifts. So you put that back inside and then you kind of check in with yourself, notice what shifted or changed, because it's all imagination, really. So I hope this has been useful and I hope you have a great Mindful Monday. Thank you so much for supporting us for the past 2 years, and we look forward to being with you next week.